So, how's your night going?
It's going, man. Basically napped half the day and then got up and got ready for this.
I feel that. I mean, not really, 'cause I opened to close, and it was hectic the whole time 'cause we're getting so busy, and they cut our fucking hours.
It's some sales, man.
It's the sales. Um, it is 420 month, so, selling weed is gonna be busy as fuck.
Yeah, no, and it's getting competitive. I'll say that much.
Yeah. But anyways, welcome to Drunk Daddies. Time to review some beer. So, what'd you pick up today?
So I went up to the local Publix and I picked up Three Daughters Florida Orange IPA. And this is something that's straight out of St. Pete, so it's local. So sorry to the people who are in other states and can't actually get their hands on this, but hoping it's good. Hoping it's like last week's. Last week was a hazy one, which I found out means it's citrusy. Is that correct?
Yeah, for the most part, hazy tends to be a little bit more citrusy. You get more of that, like, citrus nose to it. I mean, I'm no beer expert, but I would consider this a hazy IPA too, being an orange IPA, unless it's, like, very bitter. This does say it has a... It should tell us. It's more towards the bitter end. It has a 62 IBU.
That's what I was going to ask about. What is IBU?
It's bitterness rating.
But what is that what IBU stands for?
I mean, I'll look it up real quick. I don't know the legit definition, but IBU is definitely like a measurement of bitterness. So,
Oh, I literally see that it says sweet and bitter, and it's a little closer to the bitter side.
yeah, let me look up what does IBU mean. Just for all our viewers, I mean, I don't know. Intentional bitterness units. So it's them
Jesus.
going out of their way to make the beer bitter.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Okay, so I may have picked the wrong one. We're going to find out because I would have wanted more towards the sweet side.
More, I like bitter more. I do. I tend to like the bitters. Though this is an orange bitter, so I don't know if I'd like it as much.
And it's 6.9%.
That's pretty heavy. That's a pretty strong beer. Let's get that first sip going. Starts off strong with the taste of orange,
Really
and then
good.
does get bitter. I really enjoy this IPA actually. I enjoy that it's a little sweet in the beginning, and then the aftertaste is bitter. I'm not a big fan of, like, you can tell this is a very sugary drink. How are you feeling?
No, I almost 100%. It's like you read my mind. I love the fact that it was sweet at first, and then it's not too bitter afterwards either.
And it's not even like an artificial sweet. It tastes like legit orange.
Yeah, or not even. Well, yes, like legit orange, but it's like a hint. It's not orange juice per se.
It's definitely not overwhelming, but it's not like artificial, like orange concentrate. I can't stand orange concentrate. Anything concentrate, not a big fan of. But for this, it definitely it tastes like they put like orange peels in it.
Yeah.
For some flavor, and that's all they did.
Yeah, no. I don't know. It's just I'm reading the can. It's just talking about how great Florida is, which is
True.
very
Hashtag
true.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida gang.
Florida gang. What did a man get like survive a tiger attack today?
So we just before the podcast we stopped by just this random dive bar out in the middle of nowhere basically, and on the news was the fact that a man here in Florida had just survived. Was it 2 tigers?
I think it said 2 tigers.
2 tigers attacked by 2 tigers. It doesn't get more Florida than that, and it's just a random news headline. It's not like we went out of the way for that.
I mean, my background doesn't get more Florida than that. It's a little cringe. I don't clean. I mean, I clean, but I need to put some of my recyclables away.
That's not, I wouldn't relegate that to Florida, but
Oh, that's did you know that like the majority of your recyclables actually don't even get recycled?
really, what?
Yeah, so China doesn't buy our plastic anymore. So the majority of plastic, it's more expensive to recycle plastic than just make new plastic. So it just sits in a storage warehouse for like forever.
Interesting. So we don't necessarily even recycle anymore. We're not making things with this plastic.
Not the plastic. Tin cans, better recyclable, more cost effective. So they do recycle like tin and aluminum and stuff. But plastics, we have no one to sell to. Plus, if you leave it dirty, they just have to put it in the trash anyways.
I have to rinse out my shit I care that much about the environment.
That's the sad part is the majority of people don't. I mean, I don't either. Fuck that. But we actually have plenty of waste areas to dispose of this garbage. The recycling crisis was actually caused by this guy who was buying garbage to resell to other places to make a profit. And he ended up not being able to sell it, so he was trying to transfer it from port to port, but the ports are like, we don't want this fucking mound of garbage here. And so they would kick them out, and it made national news headlines, and then it's like, look at all this garbage on a barge. We don't have enough landfills to fill our garbage with, and it blew up and became the recycling epidemic.
It makes sense. It creates like a craze.
And then those little signs that say like 5, 3 and stuff, as far as I know from what I was listening to, it was from NPR, so, left-wing media, so it has to be true. Don't really mean anything.
Wait, what signs that say?
Like it's like a little triangle and it says 5 uses, like you could recycle it 5 times.
Oh.
Like that just came out of nowhere, and all these people think they can recycle things because it has that little logo on it, but you actually can't recycle it. What are you looking at?
I'm looking to see if it says anything about recycling on here, but it doesn't.
Usually it's like on the bottom. I mean, tin and aluminum cans, you can usually recycle, because like you can sell them back to places for like 5 cents a can. So homeless people, they grab them so they can buy their drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I read citrusy on the side of this, and the internet's ruined my life. So,
what's that mean to you?
Citrusy.
Citrusy. So like a citrus pussy?
Yeah.
You fucking oranges? Hell yeah.
This is what the internet's done to me. I just read citrusy.
I mean, there's this meme that I love. It's like Dugong like grabbing Ash to bring him up to the top of the ocean so he can breathe, and it's like Dugong really getting that Ash ussy right now. Those are probably the best. Like Bussy.
Well, Dugong was actually getting bussy.
Dugong was getting bussy. Thrusy. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many ussies that you could fuck, I guess.
Yeah, that's classic meme culture for you. Just like taking one word and spiraling it into a fucking like endless amount of bullshit.
Well, just to let everyone know, Drunk Daddies is filmed in front of a live audience. You might have seen Bobby on the screen. She is our live audience.
Yep, she comes to hang out every once in a while. She hopped on my lap last episode. I don't know if she will this time, but
she probably will. I don't really give her the attention she needs because I'm afraid of love. And an animal that loves you unconditionally really scares me.
Oh man, that's some deep shit. Therapy much?
Therapy once or twice. It's really expensive in America, so I try not to go too much because I gotta pay for alcohol, which is the best therapy.
Oh man.
Why do you drink?
I go to therapy sometimes, but it is expensive.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, who's got time for all that all the time? But yeah, no, I drink. I drink for the fun of it. Helps me sleep. I'm an alcoholic.
I mean, there's plenty of studies that show alcohol impair REM sleep to where you don't give good as of a sleep
Oh yeah,
when you do drink.
I sleep up and I wake up in the middle of the night nearly every time I drink, and it's great because I don't remember falling asleep. That's the greatness to it.
I mean, I don't black out too much, but when I do, it tends to be a problem. I try to fight people, I guess. I mean, that's what someone told me.
I've got a brother, I won't mention any names, who deleted his Facebook because he used to get pretty drunk and get on Facebook and just say outlandish shit on statuses like, "Hey ladies, you know, who trying to get dick down tonight?" You know, it's just some insane shit where like the next day he gets on and like these chicks who were like a little more modest than that are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
You know what's funny is, like, I got really drunk one night. I don't even remember doing it. But I changed my Twitter profile. It was like, who's trying to get Ian out till they can't move anymore?
Oh, I think you told me this before.
And then I got, like, insane matches. And then one of my friends was letting me know.
You said Twitter. Your Tinder.
Tinder. Yeah, I don't have a Twitter. But my Tinder profile. And what I found out was that what my friend said is, like, when you post those kind of things, you find sex addicts. And that, I guess, the majority of people on Tinder are sex addicts.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, why else are they there? I mean, some people are there legitimately to find dates, but others are there to, one after the other.
One after the other, which isn't really me unless I'm drinking. So usually, like, if I would like emotional connection to somebody if I'm going to fuck them. But once I start drinking, I don't care. And then I usually regret it the next day.
The next day. So
the next day.
So the next day, when do you regret it? Are you there in the bed with the chick? Have you left already the previous night? What is the regret? Where does it stem from?
Usually, I don't leave till the next day.
Okay. So there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is, because I've been drinking or doing something to where I know I shouldn't drive. So I'm like, I'm going to spend the night, and it's chill. But then I wake up and I'm like, why didn't I just jerk off?
It's impaired judgment. Yeah.
I mean, I can be sober and do that as well, unfortunately.
It's impaired judgment.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're post-nut, it's impaired judgment.
Dude, yeah, post-nut clarity is a very revealing thing.
There's only been, like, one person where it's, like, post-nut, and I'm like, nah, I'm cool staying with them.
Yeah, that's my wife, exactly. That's me. For me, that's my wife. That's been the only time where I'm not like horrified afterwards, or not horrified. But
horrified. I
looked
came
down
at my wife and I was like, "Fuck!"
I looked down at this beast that I just came in, and she's got a hairy back, and my life is ruined. No, that I'm I've never been horrified necessarily, but just like, yeah, post-nut clarity comes back to haunt you every time.
Yeah, post-nut, maybe you should jerk off first before you try to fuck them.
That was advice I got from my uncle before, years ago. I was 11 or 12, and he's like, yeah, if a lady friend's coming over, and you're going to fuck, jerk off in the bathroom before she gets there. You're gonna not only last longer, but he did make the point that you're gonna have more of that clarity, more of that, like, should I even do this?
Better intentions.
Yeah.
Being a male, it's like, I feel like innate to where you're like, I gotta reproduce. I gotta, spread my seed. And if you do jerk off beforehand, you might not fuck that person. My uncle did give me some great advice. Um, Back when he was a roofer, he said, he'd be making bank like in the 90s, $1,000 a week, which was insane.
90s, yeah.
Like stupid money. He would go to the like strip club and he would carry like a bag of coke in his pocket. And he'd be going to like tip the stripper, and then he accidentally dropped the coke.
He'd drop it, yeah.
I've heard
of that, yeah.
And it's like, oh, now all these people are interested in me.
Yes, all of a sudden the cokehead stripper is much more likely to do a little more than a lap dance.
Which is funny, because my ex's mother used to bartend at a strip club to fill in for her friend. Like that wasn't her gig, but her friend broke her leg and she didn't want her to lose her job, so she would fill in for her. And the strippers would be like, "I don't have enough money to buy clothes for my kid," and she's like, "I just saw you spend $300 on coke. Like, no, I'm not fucking helping you out, you dumb bitch. Off. Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, I had a friend. I have a friend. I won't mention any names either. Who female friend who did some stripping locally here in Florida somewhere, and by the end of the night, she made like less than $20 or less than $30. That was it.
She's not at the good strip clubs.
It's the strip club was the issue, but that's what I'm saying is like,
because if you're in Tampa,
yeah, be cognizant of what you're getting into.
Or Orlando, you're making fucking bank. There's no way you're not.
Well, I won't say where we're at, but you know that it's not the nicest strip clubs around here.
I know. Where was I going with this? Like, shit. I guess you have to be in like a major city to make bank, and if you're not in like a big populated town, I guess you also have to be very hot at that point to be at a strip club.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, you're correct. My friend is not a bad looking female at all, so it wasn't that. It was just.
But
poor,
was she like a 10?
Not a 10, but just it was poor, tippers or whatever.
I guess that's like something. Anywho, so how are you still feeling about this beer?
I like it a lot. In fact, I'm going to be moving on to the second one here in a minute.
I feel that. I guess this is where we'll move into talking pints.
Yeah, I feel that.
We'll pull up some questions that we've looked up that, talking points that we'll get into. What is a fashion trend that you really are glad went away?
None of them. I love all the fashion trends. I love the cycle of fashion. I love the big clothes of the early 2000s. I love the skinny jeans of the jerking era, colorful skinny jeans. I like where we're at now. Listen, personally, I like what Kanye's doing. As far as what the Yeezy brand has done with shoes. I can't afford a pair, but fuck, I want one.
Do you think they're really worth as much as they're selling them for?
It's high fashion, They're quality shoes, but you're paying for the name at the end of the day.
Definitely paying for the name. I'm definitely not into like the poofy hair of like the late 80s, early 90s that everyone was into.
Yeah.
Mullets are dope as fuck,
They're
though.
coming back.
I like mullets. I do. I had a mullet for a second, and then I was drunk when I got the haircut, so I regretted it and got it fixed.
No, you should have kept it, man.
Nah, I feel like I look good with a short on top, very short on the sides.
Yeah, the classic Hitler Youth.
Oh, my God. So we're going to cut this out, obviously, because we can't talk about that. I don't want to get fucking attacked.
No, man, it's a fucking haircut. Don't
All of a
worry
sudden,
about
I'm doxxed for this bullshit.
It's a haircut. Guys, come on. It's a joke.
Anywho, what was the best invention in the last 50 years?
I mean, it's easy to say the smartphone. Just all the innovations that have come with it. It's no longer just a phone. It's a calculator. It's a camera. It's all the above. It's a meme. It's allowed memes to proliferate in a way that computers didn't in the first place. So I say smartphones, but I'm sure there's more. There's something else. Smartphones are up there.
You know what I would say?
What's that?
Peer-to-peer transferring of money, like Cash App, Venmo,
Oh yeah.
stuff like that. Honestly, just being able to go like out to dinner with a friend, and then like they're like separate or single bill, and they're like no, single bill, and then you can just send your friend some money to make life easier, so you don't have to do 2 cards, 2 tips, and stuff like that. Or your friend buys something for both of you, and then you split the difference.
Yeah. PayPal changed the game. I don't know how Cash App and Venmo have survived when PayPal has always been a thing, but I love all those services. Yeah.
Yeah, why did PayPal not? I feel like Cash App has taken off way faster than PayPal.
It's a good question. It has probably the mobile aspect is a thing, but yeah,
It's easier. Cash App's
Yes.
so easy.
It's very
tied by phone
simplified.
number.
yeah, very simplified.
So I feel like that definitely had a whole thing to it. And so moving on.
Well, I mean, and sorry to cut you off. That ties into smartphones as well, though.
Smartphones as well, though.
Venmo, Cash App, the fact that you can do that at dinner with a friend instead of going home and going on your computer. I think that has to do with smartphones as well.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're about to go into something right now because I have to pee.
Okay, sure.
So we'll hit scene 3, and you can still hear our audio because we fixed the technical difficulties.
I swear to God, if it doesn't work, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of Bobby the cat here.
Oh, my God. I barely feed her. Why you got to hit my cat that's starving?
This cat is...
So, should I just go to live now?
yeah, that's
Sure.
a good one.
Oh, shit. It's loud. Blasting. I guess let's just talk through it so we don't get DMCA striked. But, so if you could just offer some commentary while I go pee.
I'm going to turn it down a little more. Turn it down to like the almost minimum. There. Little less. Oh, you're so close. You're so close. There. Okay. All right. I don't think we'll get DMCA because most of these are SoundCloud produced like guys. But either way, you're listening to Drunk Daddies. I'm slightly buzzed because we just stopped at a bar beforehand, just to pregame a little. If you're Floridian, try out this Three Daughters Florida Orange IPA. If you're from California, I'm sorry. And we're just waiting on Vinny to get back from taking a fat piss. That's what you would call the break of the show, I guess. Except I'm responsible to keep it running. All right, he's back. He's back, folks.
I'm back.
Guess who's back?
Sorry about that, guys.
Shady's back.
But, something that comes into I guess not even context, but you drink, you pee. That's just life.
It's part of the process.
I'm ready for beer number 2. How are you?
I'm getting close. I'm getting very close. I'll be there in a sec.
Just cracked open that second one. I guess let's move on to another talking point. Ghosts. Do you believe in them? Have you seen them? How do you feel?
So, Ghost. Did we already go over this? Or
I think it ended up getting edited out of the last podcast.
That's right. Okay. So, I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I do have a story that's interesting, and I can personally attest to it. I was younger. I must have been 9 years old or so. I was living with my mom and stepdad, and Vinny's just doing something real quick. I was living with my mom and stepdad. My brothers lived there as well. So there was a total of four kids in the house, 2 adults. We had one of these days where we're just all arguing in my mom's room for some reason. We're all in one room of the house, and we're having a heated argument about, just why the family's like fucked up and needs to improve on stuff. And out of nowhere, we hear a massive crash in the living room. It sounded like this TV that we had with this 32-inch 90s TV or early 2000s TV had hit the floor. And we all rush out of the room. We go out there, and there's not a mess. There's not a point of the sound or anything like that. We have no idea where it came from to this day. And we think it was something that was upset. If there was a spirit, it was something that was upset with us for all yelling at each other and whatnot.
That sounds legit. I believe in ghosts personally myself, or at least the soul doesn't die. Energy doesn't die. It just transfers to something else. Personally, in my house, I was going to bed one night, and I had my bathroom door open and my hallway door open. My bathroom connects to my room and the hallway, and I saw like a little child run into my bathroom, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh well, I'm just seeing shit. And then I open my eyes again, and I see the child run back out. And I was like, what the fuck? And that was like the first encounter I had at my house.
So spooky.
Very spooky. And then I had a friend stay at my house, and she was sleeping on the couch. And she woke up in the middle of the night, and she saw a balloon. I had a balloon in my house. My daughter loves balloons. And it was just laying on the floor. And then all of a sudden it started rolling in a circle. Just rolling in a circle nonstop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got a balloon here. Do you have a balloon?
Yeah, I have a balloon floating in my hallway right now.
Yeah, that was last time I stayed the night here. That was doing the same thing, and I was like, "Fuck, is this a ghost or is this just a fan?"
And then whenever I'm out or not out and about, but like I'm chilling, just looking shit up on my computer, watching videos, I'll hear my daughter's toys go off out of nowhere unprompted, and it's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's the ghost of China living in these Chinese toys.
I mean, if they wanted to pay me money to promote their propaganda, I would. I'll be a shill. I don't care.
Dude, gladly. If Xi Jinping is listening, if that's how you even fucking pronounce it, please boost our social credit scores a little bit higher.
We don't believe you're Winnie the Pooh. We see those memes and I downvote them.
Yeah, I mean, how childish.
How childish. I mean, I'm not gonna be the fucking what's his name, John Cena, and start speaking perfect Mandarin out of nowhere. But I'll do what I can for you, China. if you want to sponsor me.
I'll be right back. I gotta piss.
He
And
got pee.
I gotta get this beer off my shirt.
He got beer on his shirt. So I guess we'll pick this up in a second. Let's go back to lo-fi beats. And here we go. Yeah, he's just going pee. We'll listen to some chill music. Hopefully it's fair use. I don't know. But we'll see. As she draws into her notebook, we'll think about more things to talk about. More things to try. What kind of beers would you guys like us to try? What kind of liquor would you like us to try? DM us on Instagram at drunk_daddies. Feel free to hit a follow up. Feel free to tell us what you want, what you would like to see the podcast do, what we're missing. We'll maybe respond to DMs, but we'll definitely take all into consideration. It is something I want to do. I don't want to be stagnant and not growing. It's all about growth. It's all about learning from one episode to the next. So definitely just hit us up. He's taking a pee right now. Yeah, I mean, you can see Bobby right over here. She just laying on the ground, being a cute cat. Maybe she'll join us on this episode. Who knows? What I do know is this IPA is going down real smooth. Florida Orange IPA, what fire. I really do enjoy it. It's not super bitter. Has a great taste in the beginning. Not a bad taste in the end. Just very smooth and chill. And then I guess since we're listening to them, fucking join the Reddit for lo-fi hip-hop beats.
Yeah, shouts out to this Lo-Fi Hip Hop Beats channel. Join there, follow them on YouTube. Do what you can. They're massive. Everybody knows who they are.
Everybody knows. Fuck ghosts.
Yeah, fuck Ghost.
Fuck ghosts.
Oh, but we did have an interesting theory on Ghost on the idea of the past, the present, and the future all occurring at the same time.
So yeah, definitely.
Did you want to explain that a little better?
Like how everything has already happened, and everything that will happen has already happened because we're third-dimensional beings who can experience the fourth dimension, which is time. So we don't live outside of that bubble. We're going to die, and then I guess our energy/soul will go out into the other dimensions. But so I definitely believe like when your cabinets open and close by themselves, it's like a glitch in the time stream to where you're experiencing someone who lived in your house like 5 years earlier than you did. And it's just happening now because everything that has happened has already happened, and everything that will happen has already happened.
And it's sort of like a glitch in the Matrix.
Kind of like a glitch in the Matrix because we can't observe time like a fifth dimensional being who lives outside of it.
So ghosts are the fifth dimensional being, or is the guy who's 10 years earlier?
It's kind of like bleeding. It's bleeding into our reality.
So it's like a glitch in the Matrix.
A glitch. So as third dimensional beings who can understand fourth dimension of time, but we can only see it from our perspective, which is like a live reel. We can only do so much with it. But if you were a fifth dimensional being, you already know when the universe began, when the universe ended, and you're just living in this weird state of being.
Yeah, that's got to be hard. It's hard to even fathom, honestly, the idea of everything happening at once.
It's hard to fathom that or reality even exists. Like, why did the Big Bang happen? How did this all start? Why are we here? Like, the big questions. But to think that this is even real, like, why is this a thing? Why are we It's just insane.
I know the answer.
Why?
It's God.
It's God.
It's God. You got to be a believer.
Gotta be a believer.
Gotta
I don't know if I believe in.
if you're not a believer, then you're just gonna be a nihilist.
I don't know if I believe in the God. I believe there's
it's
a God.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. That's the eternal like question about it. But it's got to be a creator. There's divine,
Intervention.
Yeah.
I don't see how atheists can even stand to live if there's no sure thing to an extent. I mean, I guess maybe like I need that certainty to be there, and that's why it's a thing.
Afterlife, you mean?
Not even an afterlife, just something bigger than us, and that's why we live.
Yeah, 100%.
I hate your vape. Mine died.
R.I.P. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Atheists are, I mean, they're, no offense, guys, a lot of the times insufferable people because they're just like, I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, if you have nothing to live for, you believe in nothing, then maybe that makes you this like shell of a fucking person. I don't know.
Well, I definitely am not a big fan of needing a reason to be good. Like
That
there's
too,
somebody
yeah.
gonna punish you
So
because you
yeah.
did something bad. Like I am innately good because I want to be. Like I don't
Right.
want to be a piece of shit.
So that's the question that's posed to atheists is where do you find this moral basis for what's good and bad? And the answer is Christianity most of the time, or at least organized religion.
I mean, nothing is inherently good or bad. There's just facts. Like, did you kill that person? Yes. Did you not kill that person? Yes. I don't believe in this is good or bad for the fact of like religious reasons. I definitely believe there's like a group of people, like the majority believe like, no, you shouldn't just murder someone because they made fun of you, and that's wrong. But do I believe there needs to be a religion or a God behind for you not to do something? I feel like that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, people shouldn't need, a fucking daddy threatening to spank them to keep them from fucking murdering each other. But I mean, we live in a world where maybe that's the case. People shouldn't need it.
It's kind of sad. I feel like it's more boomer logic than anything. I feel like the newer generations are definitely like it goes back to like the when you do something for someone, do you say you're welcome or no problem? You're welcome is saying like, yeah, you better thank me because I did something for you. No problem is like, oh no, I did that out of the goodness out myself.
It is not an issue. I've noticed that our generation definitely says no problem more often.
Way more. It's like the older generation expects you to say thank you to them because you're doing something because they did something nice for you, and if they don't get a reward out of that, then obviously you're doing something wrong.
There's Bobby. Bobby's trying to get some attention. Sorry if you can't hear me. Bobby's trying to get some attention here.
Yeah, Bobby, my cat. What a G. She a good girl. But yeah, so like I really can't understand how like some people will be like, "Oh, you do that just because you feel like you should, not because there's a God hanging over your head telling you need to do this." But then they end up not following the passages anyways.
Yeah, no. Modern Christianity is absolute insanity. They might as well throw out the Bible.
Yeah, I mean it is like they pick and choose, they cherry pick, I guess is a better word, what passages they want to follow, and then throw away the rest. Like, in the Bible it says like treat everyone like they are your brother and sister. Uh, Allow people to immigrate into your country regardless, and then it's like, no, we got to protect our borders and all this. And you know what's the insane thing is, like, a lot of our IT people are on visas, and big companies know this, so they know they can pay them way less than what they can actually earn because they don't want to pay Americans what they deserve, so they hire immigrants on visas to do these jobs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd have to see the Bible verses where it's like, open your arms to everybody in the world. But I do believe in borders and security and whatnot. But if somebody's gonna be hardworking and a good citizen and follow the laws and believe in what we believe in as Americans, then let them come in. Sorry, what was the point that you just made?
Basically, like, letting people in, I guess. Like, when they were really cracking down on the border, and then they couldn't find people to, like, pick apples and oranges for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were talking about the visas. The fact that these they'll hire Indians or something like that to do IT work, and
Because it's way cheaper.
yeah, it's way cheaper. Yeah, it's fucked up. That's part of the. That's two sides to the same coin of immigration, of saying you can be pro-immigration, but if you are, then you're going to get that. This is the result, is what you get. And this is why big corporations push for this, for more immigration.
Yeah, I guess for lower wages. I mean, that's just corporations overall. We shouldn't be giving them so many tax breaks and benefits.
Yeah, fuck corporate America, dude. I just worked Easter. I missed out on pictures with my kids until, luckily, my wife postponed shit until after work. But I mean, fuck corporate America.
Yeah. They don't care about us. They don't all they care about is profits, so they can buy back shares for their shareholders, like the top shareholders. To make more money. It's all about, like, pinching as much pennies in the short term instead of the long run, instead of paying people like a living wage.
Yeah, which is all we need, dude. I mean, you give me a fucking living wage, and I'll be dedicated.
That's
to a
the funny thing is, like, Americans are asking for a living wage while these other European countries are getting more than that. They're getting a wage to where they can go out and travel, experience the world, and all that. Thing. Like, McDonald's employees in Denmark get like $24 an hour USD to work the same job that somebody gets $8.50 an hour for.
We live in a third world country. Period.
America's a third world country with a Gucci belt.
Yeah.
Because we have more billionaires than anyone else, and is that really a bragging right?
So,
but I guess let's move on. We're getting a little dark. Let's brighten the topic.
Yeah. Let's do the next.
What's your worst date?
My worst what?
Date.
Worst date that I've ever experienced?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if it counts as a date, but I must have been 10 years old, and I was set up. I was hanging out with a girl that my dad's friend had tried to, like, set us up, even though we were fucking like 10.
America.
Yeah, it's super strange. And so we go to this movie, and I order a bunch of candy and soda. And I just, like, fucking gorge myself with this shit 5 minutes into the movie. Like, the trailers barely ended before I was done with all this. And I spent the second half of the movie in the bathroom just, like shitting and just nauseous. And this girl, by the end of the date, I just got out of the bathroom. I was like, yeah, I kind of don't want to, I don't know what was... Like, I wasn't even into her or anything like that, but, like, the fact that I spent half of the movie just, like, shitting was a cherry on top, where I was like, this is too much effort for something that I'm not even into.
I mean, I guess my worst day is like I'm so lawful good that I feel bad about paying for a movie and then sneaking into another one. But I paid for like Ice Age 3 or 4 or whatever Ice Age was at the time. And I go out with this girl. And, I'm an innocent 13-year-old boy. So she wanted more than I wanted to give. And I like dipped and watched. Or no, we're watching a different movie than Ice Age, and I dipped and went and watched Ice Age with my friend, and then she called my house because she ended up being a fucking cousin of my other friend, and she was like, "You're such a pussy. You didn't do this. You didn't do that," and I'm just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
What was she expecting?
I guess for me to do more than like a kiss, like I was 13, so like making out was weird at that point.
I mean, that's like fucking a home run. That's not just first base. That's like a fucking home run when you're 13.
So that was weird. That was probably a weird date. I guess I wouldn't say my worst date. There's another one where I was hanging out with my friend, and we went and met up with this girl and this other girl that we know from school, and we're like, I guess I was cuddling with her at this person's house, and I would like keep like sliding my hand down to where like her underwear was like touching the tip of my fingernail, and
Right.
she was like, "No, I have a boyfriend," but she was fine with cuddling. Yeah, I don't know.
Woman
Shit's
moment.
weird.
Woman moment.
She was like, "He cuddles with other people, so like this is okay," and I'm like, "Oh, you're in a toxic relationship."
Yeah, you're literally a psychopath. I don't know
I
what
mean,
the fuck to say.
I wouldn't say she's in the wrong because her boyfriend was doing that and being like,
She's just but okay.
he got caught, and he was like, no, cuddling's not cheating.
I don't give a fuck. She should have said, yes, it is. Peace out. Instead, she was like, oh, you're right. It's not cheating. Let me go cuddle with other dudes. Like, I'm sorry. That's a fucking woman moment where you're a psychopath. I'm sorry.
I feel like they get gaslit into accepting these things.
Gaslighting is a gaslight. There's no such thing as gaslighting. There's no such thing as gaslight. You're being gaslit if you believe
You don't believe in gaslighting?
You just got gaslit by society.
I believe in gaslighting, even if this other guy doesn't.
No, gaslighting exists. Yeah.
Explain.
Explain what? If
Gaslighting.
Explain what gaslighting is?
Yeah.
You think I don't know what gaslighting is?
No.
Do you honestly believe I don't know what gaslighting is?
You don't know.
So gaslighting is when you tell somebody something that is patently false and force them to believe that it actually is true. And they start to believe that it is true even though it's not. That's what gaslighting
Okay.
is. So I didn't know. Oh, there goes my. Okay, there it goes.
There it goes.
So was I wrong there?
No.
So I know what gaslighting is.
He knows, but he said it wasn't true.
I said it wasn't true for shits and giggles.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, next talking point.
You want to go next? What would be the first thing you would do if you were the opposite sex for a day? Fuck it, if you could just change sex, what would you do?
I mean, the easy answer is to go just like check myself out in the mirror real quick, see what's up. Definitely not getting fucked because that's gay as hell. Like, probably go be a lesbian. Go hook up with like a hot, alt e-girl lesbian.
I mean, I feel that. Like, imagine like getting eaten out while another girl sucks on your tits. That's like goals. Like, you can only come so much as a guy, but as a woman you can come for a long time.
Yeah, It'd be an interesting experience.
It'd be something. I mean, we might try that for like a paid podcast.
What? Try what? What?
You know, you get your. I mean, it's not possible right now, but in the future, when you can download your consciousness into someone else.
Oh, I can't wait for that, dude. If that ever becomes possible, where you can just download your consciousness, in theory, you can live forever, right?
Yes.
So, that's
But is that really you?
That's what they say, but I kind of don't care, honestly, because it's enough of me that if I do die, I'm still out there shit posting and stuff in the fucking metaverse.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, you could have your original self, but they download your entire being into something to where it's like your whole brain. Is that your soul? Is your brain your soul to where how you think, or is sorry, your soul something different?
I don't know, but I'd volunteer. I would 100% volunteer to be one of the first people to get my consciousness uploaded to see if it translates.
It's like the guy who got a spike through his forehead. I forget his name, and it completely changed who he was. Is that still him, or did his like soul leave his body?
That's probably that's probably still him. That's a good question though.
Yeah, it's like I forget the guy's name, but he got a real load spike through his head, and then he became a completely different person. I don't think it completely lobotomized him, but it definitely changed the character of who he was. So it's like, you know, you're living this life. You have all these life experiences that determine who you are, and then one thing happens to your brain, and now you react differently.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but there's been people who like get struck by lightning and then they pick up the ability to like play piano.
That's a thing?
I think I've heard that. I don't know if that's 100% true or not.
I love the fake video though of someone who gets struck by lightning twice. Should I even pull that up?
Yeah, I'll pull that up. Let's watch that. That's a classic. I mean, that's literally from like '06. Who's gonna fucking claim that?
Yeah, fuck DMCA's.
Bobby's chilling. Last
Let's
time I
see.
stayed the night here, Bobby attacked my feet and played with my feet while I was trying to sleep.
She would too. All right, so here's the video of somebody getting struck by lightning. Let's see. Where does it go?
It's this next guy walking up.
Is it the next guy?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, so he's walking up. He's just minding his own business with an umbrella. And where does it go? Boom. Oh, so is it the fourth guy?
It's the fourth guy. It's this guy.
Oh, shit, struck.
Oh, he pooped his pants.
He pooped his pants. And then he's unconscious for a little bit, doing his own thing. It's like a fucking old ass camera. Like I don't even know how to explain it.
Old security camera, yeah.
Old security camera. Here he goes. He gets up after being struck from lightning.
Yeah, which is like, okay, dude.
He's like acting dazed. I heard this video is fake.
It's fake.
And then he gets up.
Oh.
He goes to walk.
Whoa, the lightning hit me. Wow.
Wow. Oh, hits again.
No.
And then he fucking just lays on the ground.
No rain in sight.
No, I mean, you don't need rain to get struck by lightning. That's why they close, like, water parks when there's lightning within a certain distance.
Yeah, if you hear thunder. Yeah. It's a fake video.
It's a fake video. Fake people. There's fakes all around us. But we're not fake. We're drunk daddies. We only talk in truths.
Drunk daddies, that's right. What's the next talking point?
Next talking point. Let's see where we go with this. If you could jump on a plane right now, where would you go?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd go to Costa Rica. Lovely country. I lived there for a year when I was younger. That's in fact where the movie theater incident happened. So it was an American moment because my dad and his friend are both Americans.
Was an American moment.
Yeah, it's 100% American moment. But I lived in Costa Rica for a year when I was about 10 years old. Beautiful country, great people, very friendly, very just great place to be. I loved it. I would go back in a heartbeat. I would go to just outside of San Ramon, Las Musas, which is a water park almost. They've got a great slide. They've got a great pool. But yeah, that's where I would go, Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. I'd probably go to Japan. I've been fucking fantasizing about Japan forever. I watch Chris Abroad on YouTube all the time. I love his fucking videos. Give him a follow if you haven't. Very cool guy. And like just the stuff he does, like the going to Shibuya, anywhere, like it doesn't matter. It's always like a fun time. You get to see the restaurants that you want to, like, you should go to. The things you should do as a tourist instead of like the things that they say you should do.
Yeah, the things most tourists do.
Yeah, so he's got like a good like perspective about it. And then like just seeing like some of these hotels he stays at with like the outside baths, like it would be so dope. I wish I would go to like, I really want to go to like one of these outside baths, but and then his own like podcast room he made, like just like early 90s Japan and all that. It's so fucking sick. Too bad it got ruined by a earthquake. Excuse me.
Fukushima?
I don't think that earthquake, but goddamn, I got the hiccups. Definitely unfortunate, but you know, he's gonna rebuild. He says he pays a lot of money for that place, which I believe, because I know in like certain areas of Japan it's like stupid expensive to get anything.
Yeah, Japan's insane, and they won't even believe it or not, a lot of the times they will not rent to white people.
Yes, they'll not rent to non-native Japanese people because they want to give them a chance to have a place.
Yep.
I understand that.
Well, hold up. Do you understand that if that was the case in America and it was white people doing that?
We're supposed to be the greatest country on earth, better than everybody else. You know, why can't we, actually, American population is decreasing if we didn't have immigrants. Like, we'd have less people each year in America than if we didn't have immigrants.
That's the case in Japan as well. But what they're doing to address that is encouraging people to increase the birth rate.
Yeah, but they're not as good as Americans. I mean, we have the highest GDP out of any society. We control you have to use our dollars to buy and sell anything to other countries. I
heard China's GDP, I mean, as far as what they put out is concerned, is a lot higher than ours.
Their overall gross domestic product is nowhere near as high as ours. I think we do 4 something trillion dollars a year, and they do maybe $1 billion.
I'm talking percentage-wise growth.
Percentage-wise growth, they're higher than ours. But once you hit like a peak, how much higher can you go?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's like, you know what? Like their growth is higher because, well, they lie about their fucking.
That's what I was
going to
say. Their official numbers are probably fabricated.
Can you fucking trust them? No, they're Chinese. I mean, they're CCP. Not that they're Chinese and you can't trust them.
Yeah, we love our Chinese fans.
But they're Chinese Socialist Party poopy heads.
Yeah, I don't agree with that last statement. Please sponsor us.
Sponsor us, China.
Yeah.
G, Winnie the Pooh God.
No, not Winnie the Pooh. He's lying. He's joking.
I love Vladimir Putin. He's the best.
We love Laddie Pooh. We love jinping Pooh. We love jinping sama, even though that's fucking Japanese.
Oh, jinping.
Oh, jinping-san.
Jinping-san.
Do we have another talking point?
No.
We don't.
We don't. I mean, we've been going almost.
Yeah.
We've been going over an hour at this point.
We've been going. We got editing to do. Guys. I'm so glad to have gotten through another episode. It makes me excited for the next one and the next one and the next one. So please tune in, follow us on where every link, we'll have links in the description. Just follow us, support us, let us know how we're doing. Love you guys. Vinny's going to take it away.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify and Instagram. I'm working on getting us on all podcasts, but right now with Anchor, every audio thing I upload is saying you can't open an RSS feed with that. That's a Spotify only RSS feed. So it's been a little difficult. I'll get that into the works to where we can stream everywhere. But I'll end it in a wrap that I didn't get to last time because our audio input wasn't being put in. So here we go. Drunk Daddies. Reviewing some beer. Answering some questions. That's what you will hear. Drunk Daddies. Getting lit by day. Drunk by night. Our children come first, but we have a life. Drunk Daddies. Have a good night, everybody.